Hey there, everybody, and thank you for tuning back in to Cal Jordan TV. And today we have a Marvel Legends review for you of the Marvel Legends Ebony Maw. Now, this Ebony Maw figure is based off of the MCU version of this character and not the comic version. So real quick, looking at the packaging, we have the basic Marvel Legends window packaging in the front, the Infinity War logo in the bottom, and his name, Ebony Maw. Now, on the side, we have some product art of Ebony Maw. On the back, a quick description of him. The dangerous assassin Ebony Maw puts his powers of persuasion to sinister use in service of the evil Thanos. You know, growing up, I always thought it was Thanos, not Thanos. If it's Thanos, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. On the side right here is some more product art of Ebony Maw. On the top is the Avengers logo. On the bottom, nothing much more. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Ebony Maw. A real quick backstory of Ebony Maw for those who don't know. Ebony Maw is also a comic book character, but this character appeared in Avengers Infinity War. His powers include genius-level intellect, telepathy, telekinesis, mind control, and flight. He is a member of Thanos' Black Order, and he's mainly the thinker. He's not really supposed to be the fighter, but he is an extremely powerful character. He did take out Doctor Strange fairly easy in the beginning of Infinity War, but I think, honestly, the way they killed him was kind of stupid. I mean, really, Iron Man blasts a hole in the wall and it kills him, a guy this powerful. So he can take out Doctor Strange, and all Iron Man had to do was make a hole in the wall. So taking a look at Ebony Maw, aka Voldemort. Now, the head sculpt for Ebony Maw is actually really good. I really like it. There's a lot of details on his face, a lot of sculpted details. There's kind of like some indentations here. There's not really any paint. Oh, actually there is. There's a little bit of paint on the lips, some dark blue. I really like that. And I love the sculpted details on the face, how it's not smooth. If you watch him in the movie, his face looks like he's shoved it into a grill, so I don't know why they did that, but I guess that's how the character's supposed to look. And that they actually did it really, really well here on this figure. They did it justice. They definitely did it justice. One thing they didn't do justice to on the head sculpt was the hair. I mean, what is that? I mean, again, it's like Voldemort when he had the face on the back of that guy's head. This is the same exact thing. What's under there? A head? Anything? I don't know. But, man, that is just horrible. Horribly done hair. I mean, I get that this guy is supposed to have his hair pumped back like an old bald guy. But, I mean, come on. Did they really, really have to make it look like they took a broom and just taped it to the back of his head? I don't know. That's just my opinion. I wish that they put the white hair on top. In the movie, I remember him distinctly having white hair, like super thin white hair, and it was kind of flowing backwards. I wish that they did that, not this weird mop Hagrid kind of attachment to the back of his head. So that's just my one gripe right there, my one complaint. Looking at the rest of his body, they have some gold paint right here, and then it goes black, gray, and then kind of a lighter black right here. So that's cool. They give us some paint variation. When you line it up, it actually lines up really well. The paint applications are really nice. Not too sloppy on the gold, and the gray not too sloppy either. The rest of the costume, I think it looks pretty good. Looking at the back right here, I think it looks really good as well. It's nothing too shiny, nothing pearlescent, kind of matte, but based on who the figure is, I think that it fits pretty well to the rest of the figure. Looking at his legs right here, his pants are kind of poofy, which does match the figure the way that he looked in the movie. And going ahead and looking at the bottom of his feet, he does have peg holes in the bottom. Real quick, let's go ahead and take a look at the hands, because this is one detail I did want to point out. The hands on this guy are really, really detailed and really nice. So he does have these like finger rings that he has on. In the movie, I remember him having this. I'm not really sure if they're supposed to be rings or tattoos or what, but it's really cool that they added that in as an extra detail for this figure. I really, really like that. And then on the other hand as well, it comes with the same thing. It has these like tattooed ring finger things. I'm not really sure what it is. Maybe on Titan they have jewelry and he's really into rings. He's super into the Ebony Maw bling. But whatever it is, it's really cool that they put that on there. I really like that they added that little detail. And then the rest of his costume, it looks really, really nice. Based off of his movie appearance, I think that they did this figure pretty close. He does look pretty close to how he was supposed to appear in the movies. Now, the only accessory that Ebony Maw did come with was a Build-A-Figure part for the armored Thanos based off of his look in the beginning of Avengers Infinity War, or I guess his Endgame look, but Endgame didn't come out when this figure came out. So it's based off of his beginning Avengers Infinity War look. If you're looking at it right here, This leg is really nice. It's going to look really nice when it's connected to the rest of the figure, obviously. It's gold, very shiny, pearlescent gold, very metallic gold. I like that. A lot of details, a lot of sculpted details in the leg. I like all these lines right here, very comic accurate. I'm sorry, very MCU accurate, not comic accurate. On the bottom are peg holes. So this is going to look really nice when it's attached to the rest of the body. But yeah, besides this, Ebony Maw doesn't really come in with any other accessories. And just for those of you that don't know, obviously, this doesn't connect to Ebony Maw himself. It connects to a bigger Build-A-Figure figure. Articulation time. So taking a look at the articulation for Ebony Maw, you can look up. Oh, actually not that much. Oh, I guess the mustache is blocking him. He can look up. He can look not really down that much. He can look side to side. You can rotate a full 360 and not much head pivot, so not much movement in the head. You can rotate his body on this dumbbell joint all the way around, forward, backward, side, diagonal, whatever you want to do. You can go ahead and articulate the upper body, but there's no articulation for the lower body. There's no rotation in the lower body, so it's all upper body articulation. The arms can go up. Let's see here. Yep, you can bend it a full 90 degrees. Let's see if it can even go further. Nope, don't want to break it. Now I can rotate a full 360 degrees, and you could bend the arm past 90 degrees as it is a double jointed elbow. And I like his proportions. Real quick, just let me talk about that. His proportions are really nice. Ebony Maw was a super skinny, lanky guy, so I like that they did that with this figure. Going back to the articulation, his wrist can hinge up and it can hinge down. Looking at his legs, he can kick up and then he can kick back, not too much. There's an upper thigh cut, so you can rotate up there. No shin cut, so just an upper thigh cut. You can also get ankle pivot a little bit. Yep, ankle pivot in the ankle. And then his leg can bend back. Let's see here. Oh, he can almost touch his butt. Let's see, is he a butt toucher? Yes, he's a butt toucher. Double jointed knees. So yeah, a lot of articulation on Ebony Maw, which is going to allow for some great posing. Now, let's go ahead and get into our comparison. So for our first comparison, here is Ebony Maw next to the Marvel Legends Proxima Midnight. And now that I think about it, even though these two are part of the Black Order, I have never seen these two interact in the movie. That's weird. Just thought about that. Our next comparison is Ebony Maw next to another fellow Black Order member. Here he is next to Cull Obsidian. He was a Build-A-Figure in one of the first Infinity War waves. It might have been the first. I'm not sure about that, but here is Ebony Maw next to Cull Obsidian. Here is Ebony Maw next to the Thor from Infinity War. Here is Ebony Maw next to the Marvel Legends Red Hulk. And look at them, they're holding hands. Here is the Marvel Legends Ebony Maw next to the Marvel Legends Worthy Captain America, which was a Walmart exclusive. Here is Ebony Maw next to the Marvel Legends Jim Lee Cyclops. And this is definitely one of my favorite figures of all time, this Jim Lee Cyclops right here. Just wanted to throw that in there. And for our final comparison, here is Ebony Maw next to the Marvel Select comic book Thanos. And for me, this is my definitive Thanos figure, even though it's a Marvel Select figure. It's just so big and chunky and so comic accurate. This is definitely my go-to Thanos figure. So here he is next to the comic book Thanos figure. So my final thoughts on this Ebony Maw figure, I think that the articulation was very good. I think that the paint was I think that the overall aesthetics were pretty good. I think that overall this figure had some pretty good details, especially in the face sculpt, just not the back of the face sculpt. The costume proportions and the body proportions were really nice. I didn't like the back mustache on the back of the head, and I don't like how there's not too much paint variations in the figure, just kind of a gray black figure with a little bit of gold in the front. I wish that they had some more paint variations in the figure. And another huge gripe that I have with this is that there's no accessories. Come on, Hasbro. Give us something. Give us something. I know that it comes with a Build-A-Figure piece, but I would have really liked some accessories with this figure, especially for someone being so powerful, even though he died fairly stupidly and easily. I still would have liked some accessories. So, do I think that you should buy this figure, or should you pass on it? My final answer is going to be buy. Yeah, so I do think you should buy this figure. One, because it's the only version of Ebony Maw that's out. Maybe if a comic version comes out later, I might sell this figure, but I do like it. I'm not personally an MCU collector, but if you are, this is definitely a figure you're going to want to pick up. If not, if you're going to pass on this figure, the main reasons you're going to pass are because 1, you don't collect MCU figures, 2, you're not a huge fan of the character, or 3, you don't like that mustache on the back of his head. But other than that, besides those tiny things, I do think that this is a good pickup for MCU or comic book fans. So do I think you should pick this up? It's definitely going to be a buy. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications for more superhero and toy news, toy reviews, and other superhero related content. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and until next time, we'll catch you later.